Support WrestleTalk!
Be friendly in the comments.
Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk News. I am Luke Owen. We have a lot of fun here on WrestleTalk. We like to make jokes and japes that some of you at the very least find funny. We like to joke about segways, ooh Wendy's, SmackDown women standing in a row, John Cena's hair, etc. But sometimes we have to get serious, and this is unfortunately one of those times. But remember folks, we're all in the same boat here. We've all chosen to spend our free time watching me read off a teleprompter about wrestling. You know this stuff is very silly. Litsky once kicked a doll into the crowd. This is ridiculous. Our opening bumper of Be Friendly in the Comments isn't there because people tell me they hate me on a daily basis. It's because we genuinely believe everyone should just be nicer to each other. We also believe in fairness. A lot of what is in this news episode is based on accusations, and nothing, at least at the time of this recording, has been proven. To answer a comment from yesterday, this isn't a way to trash your country. So here is your reminder. Be friendly in the comments. This is real life stuff. This isn't Snitsky punting a doll into the crowd. This is a real world situation that could affect our silly little world of professional wrestling. Saudi Arabian journalist Jamal Khashoggi was last seen entering into the Saudi consulate in Istanbul, Turkey on October 2nd, 2018. The report is that he was there to pick up marriage documents but never emerged from the building. Khashoggi is a writer for the Washington Post who has been very vocal and critical against the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and it has been reported by Turkish officials that he was killed by a Saudi team sent specifically for the murder. US officials have followed up on this by stating Mohammed bin Salman ordered an operation to lure Khashoggi to Saudi Arabia from his home in Virginia to detain him. Friends of Khashoggi have told the Washington Post that the journalist had been offered protection and even several high-level jobs within the Saudi government by those close to the Crown Prince if he returned to Saudi Arabia. However, he was very skeptical of those offers. According to the Washington Post, he told one friend that the Saudi government would never make good on its promises not to harm him. A Turkish official has gone on record to say that Khashoggi was killed and dismembered to be removed from the consulate, a claim which the Saudi government have denied, calling them baseless allegations. No body has been found, but Turkish officials have released video surveillance of Khashoggi entering the consulate and say there is no video of him leaving. It has been reported that United States President Donald Trump has grown frustrated over the little information being released by the Saudi government on the whereabouts of Khashoggi. This of course has been a big story this week and been reported by many major news outlets. And now WWE's partnership with the Saudi Arabian government, and Mohammed bin Salman in particular, is also coming under fire. Mainstream news outlets, including the likes of Fox News, have started to put WWE under the microscope, especially as the company is flying out to Saudi Arabia in just a few weeks to host Crown Jewel in Riyadh. Earlier this year, WWE presented Greatest Royal Rumble from Jeddah and was criticized for being little more than propaganda disguised as a professional wrestling show. However, despite this criticism and backlash, WWE financial reports show this was a very lucrative deal for them, earning between $40 and $50 million, a whole lot more money than any US-based pay-per-view has ever earned them, including WrestleMania. This sort of money has allowed them to bring back Brock Lesnar for a reported 7-figure sum for Crown Jewel, as well as coax Shawn Michaels out of his 8.5-year retirement when he teams with Triple H to take on the Brothers of Destruction. But is it a relationship that is going to last? Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Radio noted that WWE may have to back out at some point after the news of Khashoggi's disappearance. Mike Johnson of PW Insider, on the other hand, has said on his Elite Audio podcast that he would like WWE to pull the show, but calls that hope unrealistic. His colleague Dave Shearer added they have a contract to do the show. If they back out now, they could be sued. If they just back out of it and say we're doing this on moral grounds or whatever, then they open up the company and the stock to lawsuits, and you can't do that either. However, as noted by Wade Keller of Pro Wrestling Torch, Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut, the home base of WWE, has said if the murder allegation is true, it would represent a fundamental break in our relationship with Saudi Arabia, and that could end up being troublesome for WWE's event deal with the country. Due to the pressure put upon them by mainstream reporting of their relationship with Saudi Arabia, WWE have now released an official statement on the subject, telling Fox News and other outlets we are currently monitoring the situation. The next few days and weeks leading up to Crown Jewel will certainly be interesting. Should the allegations be proven true, will WWE pull out of their deal with Saudi Arabia and cancel Crown Jewel? Earlier this year, when they came under scrutiny by the mainstream press over the fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal, they changed the name to the WrestleMania Battle Royal once corporate sponsor Snickers became uneasy about the dedication. And both Rich Swann and Enzo Amore were released from their contracts once serious allegations were made against them. Could we see the same with Crown Jewel? We're sorry this wasn't a lighter news episode, but I wanted to remind you all again that this is a very serious and real life subject matter, and please reflect that in your comments below. Have a good weekend.